Right. So I haven't done a face to camera video for a while, and I haven't done a haul video for a while. So this is both there's a huge, frankly stupid amount of comics in front of me. There may possibly be more next week or the week after, because Free Comic Book Day is coming very soon. So yeah, by the way, Free Comic Book Day is probably the best day if you're watching this and you're not already a comic book reader, but you've always wanted to hop in. May 4th and 5th, or May 5th, the day after Star Wars Day, like that whole weekend, the Saturday and the Sunday. The Saturday is Star Wars Day, May the 4th, and the Sunday is Free Comic Book Day. That's the nerdiest weekend of the year, and my favourite weekend of the year, even though not that much of a fan of Star Wars, despite having a Luke Skywalker Funko Pop, but that's just because my name's Luke, and I like some Star Wars stuff. I really like some Star Wars stuff. I like the Star Wars stuff that has Cameron Monaghan in it. I'll just say that. But anyway, let's get straight into what I picked up, because it's going to take me a while. I'm not going to do a review video. I think if I do a review video, it's going to be on a specific series instead of on a specific, or instead of doing like the reviewing all the books that I read in that week. I'm going to like do a review when a run has finished, or when a mini has finished, and I'll just talk about that whole run or that whole series. Or if there's a book that I'm really enjoying, then I'll talk about that. I'm not going to talk about books I'm really not enjoying, because if I'm not enjoying a book, I haven't bought it. I won't be reading it. So yeah, I picked up issues 2 and 3, or books 2 and 3 of Avengers Twilight. I read the first one, really liked it. I think it's the start of something special. I think it's going to be, if the rest of the book is as good as that first issue, then this will probably go down in the same like history books as The Dark Knight Returns, or All-Star Superman, or like Ultimate Spider-Man, or Kraven's Last Hunt. Name any like classic seminal comic book. This is essentially doing a Dark Knight Returns-ification of the Avengers. The first issue was practically just was pretty much just what's his fucking name? Captain America. It was pretty much just Captain America. And I assume as the book goes on, we're going to get more and more characters, and there's a lot of questions that I have. There's a lot of things that I want answers to, like what is Iron Man's role in this? Where is Thor? What's happened to Hulk? Why is Kamala Khan a main part of the book? I don't know. Maybe it'll make sense as it goes on. I'm not a Kamala Khan hater. I like the character. I like things she's in. I think she's the best part of the Marvels. But that's beside the point. I did also, something I'm very excited for, is jumping into Ultimate Black Panther. I read the first issue of Ultimate Spider-Man. I haven't been able to catch up with it. I know it's like on to number 4 now. I'm really excited to get that caught up, because that first issue is brilliant. It's perfect. It's like the perfect comic. And so I hope that this can follow suit and be just as good. I picked up all three of the issues so far, and I'm very excited to see what it's all about, to see what differences there are with this and the other book, and the 616 Black Panther, where we've got a 616 Black Panther, main universe Black Panther, that feels very different and that is very very outside of the norm anyways. So this might be the book if you want to see T'Challa back in Wakanda, back as the king. I feel like that might be what this is doing, like giving you the more normal Black Panther status quo, and the 616 Black Panther is the one that's drastically different than what you would think of in the films. This might be a more closer to what they're doing in the MCU, or what they were going to do in the MCU, if unfortunately Chadwick Boseman did not pass. Also, I'm interested to see what they're doing with Moon Knight in this, because apparently Khonshu's the villain. Apparently it's Bast v Khonshu. Yeah, I'll see what this is all about. Yeah, I'll see what it's all about, and if I really like it, I'll probably end up doing a video on Ultimate Black Panther anyway, because I did a video on Ultimate Spider-Man. I'm not gonna pick up Ultimate X-Men, not for me. I know a lot of people really like Peach Momoko. It's not my kind of thing. Ultimates I will pick up. The one thing that I'm worried about with Ultimates is I'm just forgetting names. Jonathan Hickman. I thought that this Ultimate Universe and the grand the big picture stuff was gonna be his baby, because Ultimates is spinning directly out of Ultimate Invasion, which I didn't read, but I watched other people talk about it and say it's not worth your time. But apparently Ultimates is spinning straight out of that, and it's that's where you're going to be getting the main story about what the Ultimate Universe is actually about, and that's where you're going to get the big picture stuff. And it's not being written by Jonathan Hickman, which is worrying. And it's a little bit confusing, because was setting up a new Ultimate Universe just a way for Jonathan Hickman to say, I want to write Spider-Man, but I don't want to write that Spider-Man because that's confusing and there's too many mandates around it, so I want to write my own Spider-Man. So I'm going to bring back the Ultimate Universe just so I can write Spider-Man. And then he's going to build up this he's going to have all this bullshit surrounding it, but then he's going to pass that over to someone else. Kind of like what happened with X-Men a little bit, but the X-Men stuff I've heard is very, very good. The Ultimate Universe stuff that isn't Spider-Man, isn't Black Panther, I've heard kind of just a bit boring, really, but I hope that Ultimate book is good. I will be picking it up. I just hope it's good, because I've been enjoying the main Avengers run. I think it's finally got to a point where it's interesting, and I like the team. I know that the Ultimates is going to be a completely different team and a completely different way of looking at it, but oh well. Finally able to get started on my basically year-long hiatus of Doctor Strange, I'm finally able to jump back on with it. I haven't read Doctor Strange in over a year, pretty much. The last issue that I have is issue 2. These two are issue 3 and 4, and I think it's on issue 12 or 13 now. So I'm very much behind with it. But I'm excited to get back on the horse. My Doctor Strange catch up is now at the same place as my Superman catch up. So there's a lot of catching up to do with those two books. There's also a lot of catching up to do with Iron Man and Green Lantern. Green Lantern, I'm waiting for an issue 2. Speaking of even more catching up, Captain America, I picked up issues 6, 7, and 8. Really been enjoying this run. J. Michael Straczynski is always good, and on this he's been still always very, very good, and just very, very workmanlike. And this is the best Captain America I've read in ages. I think this is the best Captain America that I've read in singles anyway. I've had Captain America books that I've been excited to read, like the Mark Waid run. I was in on. I don't know why. I think I was just like, I can't wait until the next issue of Captain America for some reason, because it's Captain America. But as for the actual quality of the book itself, this is the best Captain America's been for a while. Certainly better than the last run, anyway. Not the last run, the Jackson and Lansing run, because I didn't read that, so I'm not qualified to even make comment on that book anyway. But it's better than the Ta-Nehisi Coates run, because it's just not the right writer for Captain America. I would put Ta-Nehisi Coates on Luke Cage, actually. I think that might be a great place for him. I have Daredevil Black Armor, issues 3 and 4. That finishes this mini. I don't know if I've loved it, but it's Daredevil, and I pick up pretty much anything Daredevil. And I hope it sticks the landing. I don't really like this suit, but I understand why this has been made, because it is an era that a lot of people have nostalgia for. Not me, I wasn't alive during the time, but I basically just anything Daredevil related, I'll turn my nose to. No, that means turning your nose to something means you're rejecting it. No, anything Daredevil related, I'll give my money. Green Lantern War Journal number 8. I didn't realise that this was so far in, even though I've been picking up every issue. This is just a good book. This is just a great book, and from what I've heard, the main Green Lantern book, which I'm not caught up on, but I've heard it's only okay. So if you're looking for a Green Lantern book that you want to really dig your teeth into, and you want to just get something different, if you're a big fan of Jon Stewart as well, this is something special, and I think more people should be reading this. And I guess a lot of people are reading this because it's made it to issue 8. yeah, I'm just excited to see where that book goes, because what it's doing and what it's setting up is really interesting. We then have, it doesn't have the title on it, but this is Ghost Rider Final Vengeance or Last Vengeance or whatever, issue 2. The first issue I thought was fun. I thought was just fun, and I don't know if I'm on board yet. I don't know if this is a book that I'm going to love when it's done, or if this is a book that I'm going to loathe when it's done. Essentially, Ghost Rider has, or the demon Zarathos has left Johnny Blaze and is now residing. The whole first issue was Zarathos finding a new host, and he goes all over the Marvel Universe to find a new host, and he lands on the Hood. Why? Of, like, it can't be a thing of, like, we're gonna use the Hood in a show, or we're gonna use the Hood in a movie soon, so we've got to popularize him in the comics again. It can't be that. It can't be Kevin Feige telling Marvel, telling Benjamin Percy, make the Hood popular, make him sexy. We're going to do something with him in the movies. We're going to make him our movie Ghost Rider. I don't think they should do that. Danny Ketch all the way. But I don't see Benjamin Percy having the pitch, especially with how the last run ended. I don't see how this pitch even came about. Like, oh yeah, we're gonna make the Hood a Ghost Rider in the year of our Lord 2022, when the Hood hasn't been relevant or popular ever. The Hood hasn't been like a fixture or a big part of the Marvel Universe since maybe Dark Reign, but the only thing that I remember him doing in Dark Reign is sitting at a table with other characters that are way more popular and way more impactful than him, like Loki, Doctor Doom. I think Emma Frost was on that table. I don't know. But I have a distinct memory. He was on the Cabal, and I think he led a Thunderbolts team at some point. But yeah, we also have the Incredible Hulk number 11. This is the big fight between Hulk and Cold Charlotte? Frosty Charlotte? Something Charlotte. I like this book as a general rule. I think it's been fun so far. I don't like how inconsistent the art is. Nick Klein is drawing it. It's the best looking book at Marvel. When anyone else is drawing it, it's ugly. And Nick Klein is unfortunately not on it for enough. He's not on it consistently. I don't know if that's because he's got other books, other commitments, if that's because he's ill or otherwise occupied. There's like family drama, or there was at the time of drawing this, and he's only able to do covers. I don't know, but either way, I don't like the fill-in artist on this. And I hope it goes back to Nick Klein sooner rather than later. If there is a genuine reason for Nick Klein to be so on and off, then I hope all the best. I wish him well. unless he's gone to prison, then I don't. But I doubt he'd be working for Marvel from prison. Penultimate book I'm going to show off is Fantastic Four number 19. I cannot believe I've lasted 19 issues with this. First off, this cover is just insane. It looks like, I know it's trying to do the film noir thing, but it also looks a bit like the front cover of a porno. I don't know, maybe that's just my brain, maybe that's just me being a bit of a perv, I don't know. But either way, I like the cover, either way. But yeah, I'll just see what this is all about. I like the idea of doing like a film noir thing with the Invisible Woman. I don't know, the pitch just seemed interesting to me when I saw it in a solicitation, and I don't know how it's going to translate, and that book has always been on and off for me. Anyway, somehow I've lasted almost 20 issues with it. I don't know either, but there you go. And then finally we have Roxxon presents Thor #1. This is a supplementary read, or a supplementary thing to the main Thor book, but from what I understand, this is kind of needed to understand what's going on in Thor. Yeah, I really am engaged with Thor at the moment. I think it's brilliant. I think what is going on in that book is so clever, so fun, and such an interesting idea. I'm kind of I kind of hope that it lasts a while, because I don't want this whole like Roxxon takeover of the Marvel Universe. I don't understand why it's only happening in Thor and not other books. Surely other books should be affected by it. But also, I hope this lasts a while, and it should be turned into a big event, really. But I don't know if like the Minotaur is a sexy enough villain to sell an event round. But yeah, this whole like Roxxon takeover of the Marvel Universe, I think just looking at solicitations, it looks like the next issue might finish this story. If that is the case, it's been set up for a while, and for it to be over in like 3 issues just seems a little bit easy to me. Again, issue 10's not out yet. No idea how that will go, and no idea how this book will end either. But that being said, I hope this has lasting ramifications, and I hope that this is like the important thing that happens, because I don't care about the Elder God stuff. I don't care about the Utgard, to be honest. I mean, more drawings of them by not the artist on this, because that's Greg Land. I do think it's hilarious to have a book that's all about how cheap the Marvel Universe, or how all about like creative bankruptcy and making stuff as cheaply as possible and all this, and then putting Greg Land on it. I think that's hilarious. But also, even for the sake of a bit, you've then given Greg Land work, and you've paid Greg Land for doing that. So that's it. It's funny to a point, and then you remember, oh yeah, he's still employed. he's still, you know, tracing off of porn to make that comic. Even as entertaining as the premise is, it's still like a little bit of, oh, why him? You could have had like someone imitate Greg Land, or just have Greg Land do the cover, maybe. I don't know, but anyways, I want that story to last a while. Anyway, I want that story to be bigger than I think it may end up being, but I don't know. We'll wait and see. Wait until issue 10 comes out. Anyways, those are all the books that I picked up yesterday. I'll see you guys in the next video. Hopefully you enjoyed. Yeah, and hopefully everyone is gearing up for a really big free comic book day, because I'm excited for it this year. I'm actually going to have money for it this year, so yeah, hopefully everyone has a good rest of their week, rest of their day, whatever, till I next upload. Streaming over on Twitch every day, or every weekday anyways. Yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.